This video is right in the middle of a unit on chemical quantities and the mole concept, and now we've gotten to the really good stuff. We can't sit around and count an exact number of individual atoms or molecules to react together in chemistry, and yet a count is exactly what we need. Fortunately, the mole is a tool that we can use to convert between numbers of particles and grams of a substance. In other words, we can use the mole as a way of counting by weighing. We need those coefficients in a balanced chemical equation to show us the molar ratios, and from that ratio we can calculate the relationship that exists between reactants and products. In other words, if given a certain amount of reactant, you can predict how much product you will make, or vice versa. If asked to produce a certain amount of product, you can use the mole ratio to calculate how much reactant will be required. So shown on the screen is an equation, and we can look at that equation in several different ways. For example, you could look at it as saying 4 atoms of aluminum react with 3 molecules of oxygen, or you can use those coefficients as a mole ratio. You could say 4 moles of aluminum react with 3 moles of oxygen. On the atomic level, aluminum and oxygen are reacting in individual atoms, or in the case of oxygen as a diatomic molecule, but we can't see that going on. Those atoms and molecules are way too small, and they're way too numerous to count. So we may not be able to count those atoms very easily, but we can easily weigh out a mole or 2 or 3 or 4. All we have to do is look up those molar masses on the periodic table and add them up. So it is very important to understand that a balanced chemical equation shows you a particle-to-particle ratio, and it also shows you a mole-to-mole ratio. What a balanced chemical equation does not show you is a mass-to-mass ratio. So in chemistry, we often find it necessary to convert from grams to moles or from moles to grams. And we have a little tool that we call the mole roadmap that shows us the conversion factors, at least in generic form, that we need to do these mole to mass or mass to mole problems. Here's a close-up of the mole roadmap. If you watched the earlier videos in this series, then we were doing conversions between the mole and representative particles, which represent things like atoms, molecules, ions, whatever it is you're counting. That's in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. What we are now doing is converting from mass to moles, or moles to mass, which is in the lower left-hand leg of the mole triangle, the mole roadmap here. Okay, so let's just dive right in. Suppose we have a problem like this. We want 2 moles of sodium chloride. How many grams is that? Once we understand what the question is asking, it's a good idea to write down your given information. In this case, I'm going to write it on the left side of my paper, 2 moles of sodium chloride. And then way over on the right-hand side, I want to write what it is I'm trying to find. What is my unknown? I want to find how many grams of sodium chloride are in 2 moles. Once I have my known and unknown information written down, it's a good time to refer to the mole roadmap. Look to see where you're starting. In this case, I'm given moles, so I'm starting in the middle of the map. I'm asked to find grams, which is in the lower left-hand corner. So to do that, I have to do a conversion. And the conversion factor that's shown on the map to go from moles to mass is molar mass over 1 mole. Now the mole roadmap gives me a generic conversion factor, molar mass over 1 mole. I have to supply the specifics. I want 1 mole of sodium chloride. So the molar mass of sodium chloride is the mass of 1 sodium atom and the mass of 1 chlorine atom added together. If I look up those masses and add them together, then the molar mass of sodium chloride becomes 58.443 grams per mole. This equivalence statement, 1 mole of sodium chloride equals 58.443 grams of sodium chloride, can be turned into a conversion factor, a fraction that essentially equals 1. I just have to put the numerator and the denominator in the same order as called for in the conversion factor off the mole roadmap. So going back to my problem, I have 2 moles of sodium chloride. I want to multiply that by a conversion factor. The conversion factor that I need has the molar mass in the numerator over 1 mole. So I'm going to write 58.443 grams of sodium chloride over 1 mole of sodium chloride. It's important to put both a number, a unit, and a substance in those fractions. Now I can see that the moles of sodium chloride in the numerator and the denominator are going to cancel each other out. I'm left with 2 times 58.443 grams of sodium chloride over 1. Do the math, you get 116.89, and you also get grams of sodium chloride, which is what we wanted to find. So 2 moles of sodium chloride equals 116.89 grams of sodium chloride. Let's do a problem in the opposite direction. Suppose we have 1 pound of water. In the metric system, that is 454 grams. How many moles of water are in that 1 pound of water? Just like before, once I've understood the question, I will write my given information on the left-hand side, 454 grams of water, and over on the right, I'll put what it is I'm trying to find, moles of water. Now I get my mole roadmap out, and I mark where I'm starting. I put my finger down on mass. I have 454 grams of water. I want to go to moles. And so the conversion factor that's shown along that route is 1 mole over molar mass. Again, this is a generic conversion factor. I have to supply the specifics for this particular problem. I want the molar mass of water. Water has 2 hydrogens, so that's 2 times 1.008, and 1 oxygen, which is approximately 16 grams per mole. I got those numbers off the periodic table. So water weighs about 18 grams per mole. 1 mole of water equals 18.015 or 18.02 grams of water. So I'm going to take this equivalence and turn it into a conversion factor that is specific to my problem. And this time I want molar mass in the denominator. So 18.02 grams of water equals 1 mole of water. Now I can see that the grams of water on top and the grams of water on bottom are going to cancel each other. And I'm left with 454 times 1 mole of water over 18.02. You can either stop the video now or keep going to get the result and then verify it for yourself later, but I'd like for you to practice in your calculator. The answer to this particular problem is 25.2 on your calculator, and then you have to remember to write down moles of water. You need a unit of measurement or a quantity being measured and the substance for all correct answers. Let's do another practice problem, but this time I want you to see if you can do it on your own and then start the video back up and I will verify the work for you. So how many grams are in 4 moles of copper 2 cyanide? Cu parentheses, capital C, capital N, that's carbon and nitrogen, close parentheses, subscript 2. Here's the solution. I'm given 4 moles of copper 2 cyanide. Now, moles is in the middle of the mole roadmap, and what I want to find is the mass. So I need to go down to the lower left-hand corner. That's my unknown. So I'm going to write on the left-hand side of my screen what I'm given, 4 moles of copper 2 cyanide. On the right, what I want to find is grams of copper 2 cyanide. I look at my mole roadmap and I make a plan. I start in the middle at moles. I go down to mass. I need the conversion factor of molar mass over 1 mole. I have to supply the specific information. So I want the molar mass of copper 2 cyanide over 1 mole of copper 2 cyanide. If I do the math, I should get on my calculator 462.328, but I have to supply the grams of copper 2 cyanide myself. My calculator screen does not have that information. An even better answer would be 462 grams of copper 2 cyanide. Because I started with 3 significant figures, I cannot end up with more than 3 significant figures. So I really should round this off to 462 grams of copper 2 cyanide as my final answer. Well, that was fun. Let's do another practice problem in the opposite direction. How many moles of phosphoric acid are in 30 grams of phosphoric acid? So phosphoric acid is H3PO4. I've got 30 grams of that, and the question is, how many moles? Why don't you pause the video, see if you can work this out on your own, write down your answer, and then restart the video to see the solution. If I take a look at the mole roadmap first, as I said, this problem goes in the opposite direction of the previous practice problem. I'm going to start in the lower left-hand corner where it says mass with 30 grams of phosphoric acid. I want to convert that to moles. So to do that, I need a conversion factor that will be the same as 1 mole over molar mass. But I need the specific information. I need the molar mass of phosphoric acid, for example. So I am going to write what I know, what I'm given on the left-hand side, 30 grams of phosphoric acid. I write what I want to find on the right-hand side, moles of phosphoric acid. I go look up the molar mass of phosphoric acid, which turns out to be close to 98 grams. It's 97.99 grams, and that equals 1 mole of phosphoric acid. I put the grams on bottom so that they will cancel out with the grams on top. I'm left with 30 times 1 mole of phosphoric acid over 97.99. If I do the math, I get 0.306, rounded off to 3 significant figures, 0.306 moles of phosphoric acid. Is that what you got? I hope so. If not, look at the screen carefully and determine where your mistake is. So we have a saying in chemistry, everything must go through moles. And what we mean by that is the mole is our bridge to convert between mass and a count. Or, as we'll learn in a later unit, under special circumstances, it also allows us to measure or to count gas particles if we know the volume of those particles under certain conditions. Everything must go through moles. It's time for you to go and do some practice problems. So if you have the practice worksheet that is associated with this video, then please proceed with that. If not, then good luck to you finding some mole mass conversion problems on the internet.